Hi guys, it's Max here for another new Cross video, and today we're talking about Keyblades. Choosing which Keyblade to focus on, like to power up, is quite a hard decision really, considering there's quite a lot. What I used to do is I used to look at the JP version because they're so far ahead. So I used to plan what medals was coming out, save my jewels for them, and save the gems for that Keyblade that would fit the medal. So that's the way I used to do it, but now with them bringing medals forwards and stuff like that, you can't really do that anymore. So I'm going to go over a few things that I generally look for when choosing which Keyblade to upgrade first. There's no definitive best Keyblade, and everyone's Keyblade is like, everyone's going to have their own like favourite Keyblade because everyone's medals and traits are different. But I'm going to tell you what I go through to choosing which Keyblades I use. So the first thing I do when upgrading my Keyblade is look at what medals I've got right now, and then look which Keyblade has the best slot multipliers for them medals. For example, if my strongest medals were upright speed, I'd focus on Keyblades which had like a couple of high upright speed slot multipliers, such as Olympia or Sleeping Lion. There's two main aspects in why anyone would want to upgrade a Keyblade really. One, for high score challenges, two, for Coliseum and hard quests such as the Hades Cup and stuff like that. So, high score challenges. When upgrading Keyblades, I want a high multiplier, roughly about the 3.00 mark for my high score challenge MVP, so it can deal a lot of damage. Because basically in high score challenges, the higher the multiplier for your MVP, the more score bonus you'll get from that medal when it deals damage and takes out enemies. So if you got a medal like Final Boss Shion, for example, who's a one-hit medal AoE, and you put it on the Divine Rose on a 3.00 multiplier, it's going to get you more score bonus than if it was on, like say, Stroke of Midnight, where the multiplier is less. Because I think mine's at 35 and it's only 2.7. So, you're better off having the Divine Rose, or the newer Proud Mode Keyblade, the Missing Ache, which doesn't take gems to get to 3.10. So that might be a good choice if you've got a medal like Final Boss Shion. The next aspect is like Coliseum and harder quests. So generally, for Coliseum and like the harder quests like Hades Cup, you generally have your buffers and debuffers at the front of the Keyblade. It doesn't really matter if they match the colour slots or not, because they're only there to power up your damage dealers, which usually you have one or two at the back end of the Keyblade. So if they do match, you are going to do a bit extra damage, but generally it don't really matter too much. As you can see on the screen, my Fenrir setup, I've got Naminé, Kairi, and then Key Art Beginnings. They're both blue, like they're both magic, but they're on a power Keyblade. But they help my damage dealer, Illustrated Goofy, and on my pet slot I've got either Cloudy X, or I've got Sora Wisdom Form, HD Wisdom Form. Generally, to rank higher in Coliseum, you do need to see which medals you've got, which are AoE or multi-hit medals, and have negative ground or air defense down. If they've got both, then you're extremely lucky and you won't have to change your setups too much. This is a good way to choose what Keyblade to level up, because you want to make sure that your medals can pass as many quests as possible. So, high tier AoE medals with ground or air defense down will help you take out stronger enemies, like in higher Coliseum or in the harder quests such as the Hades Cup. We do also get like the neutral multiplier for the pet slot now, so this makes choosing Keyblades slightly easier because it doesn't really matter what colour medal you put on that slot. So you could be using your Fenrir, but if there's like say a power enemy and you're using the Fenrir and you want to get the super effective damage, you can put a magic medal in that pet slot and you'll get the full bonus for it. So that really does help, like in like, you know, being versatile with Keyblades nowadays. Basically, whichever Keyblade you choose to level up now, it's going to change over time. It's happened to me so many times. Like I was leveling up my Olympia, but then I got Axel EX, so I wanted my Divine Rose more powerful. But luckily I've left that at level 31, I think, just so I can help do these weekly gem quests every week. But yeah, I got Axel EX, and then I got Cloudy X, luckily, which was boosted, so I wanted to power up my Olympia again. So you will go between certain Keyblades. So it doesn't matter if you focus on one at the moment, but be prepared to get a new medal or a new trait which will want you to power up a different Keyblade. One of the best bits of advice I can give you really is don't power up your Keyblades if you don't necessarily need to. Save your gems until like you get to a quest where you can't necessarily pass it, because you might have pulled some more medals which might, like, you might originally wanted to power up your Olympia, but say you do pull a reverse speed medal, you then probably want to go and power up your Divine Rose if it's a higher tier, because your other medals might be outdated. So just the best advice I can give you is just save all your resources until you really need to use it. Like, use it if you need to pass a quest. Like if Hades' quest comes out and you need to use a couple of gems to pass a quest, then definitely use it. But if you're passing everything, don't worry about it so much, because there's no need to use it if you don't need to, if you know what I mean. But anyway guys, I hope this helps some of you. If you got any more suggestions for videos, leave them in the comments below. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!